At Davos 2026, India's manufacturing ambitions took center stage. Driven by speed, scale, and execution, leadership conversations were focused on how India and its states are positioning themselves for global growth. The World Economic Forum directly partners with the state governments to showcase investment opportunities. At the 2026 Davos meeting, 9 Indian states Gujarat, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, Assam, and Jharkhand participated as part of the Indian Pavilion, acting as integrated investment markets. In the case of Maharashtra, attracting foreign direct investment was the focus. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, met business leaders from across the world to showcase the state's manufacturing ecosystem and its readiness to scale global partnerships. Among these meetings was a conversation with Bharat Gite, founder of Toral India.
So what role do you see the manufacturing should play to become the Maharashtra's Indian economy? And what do you expect the industry leader like us to help the next leap to happen?
I think manufacturing sector has a great role to play in our trillion-dollar economy scheme which we have floated. And as you rightly said, that we are aiming to take manufacturing sector to at least 20%. But having said that, although we always claim that the share of manufacturing sector has come down in the entire economy. But if you look at the sheer value of manufacturing sector, that has increased many folds. See, whenever our economy develops, it tends to become a service-oriented economy. And in today's world, there is a very thin line between now manufacturing and service sector, because I think with Industry 4.0 and with AI, I think both sectors are merging. But having said that, I think that any economy to have its fundamentals very strong, it has to have a very robust manufacturing sector. And today I'm very happy that in India, this sector is growing, in Maharashtra it is growing. And as you have rightly said, we have given an example of Toral, and I think there are many companies which are now manufacturing import substitutes. And we are actually bringing down our dependency on imports to a large extent. And especially, I think, in the defense sector, we have done very well. Especially manufacturing in defense sector has gone up in the state of Maharashtra. And I would say that now we are number one in defense manufacturing. And I think we have also expanded our EV portfolio in the automobile sector, and several other industries are also thriving in Maharashtra. So I'm sure that budding industrialists like you, who have actually collaborated with the foreign capitals and foreign industries and have brought the FDI to our state and have developed the import substitute, I think these are way by which we have to go ahead.
Bharat Gite, Managing Director and CEO of Toral India, is also driving the decentralization of manufacturing, expanding operations beyond established hubs like Pune into Tier 2 and Tier 3 regions such as Supa in Ahilyanagar. The objective is to enable industrial growth, generate local economic opportunities, and align with India's Make in India mission. For Bharat Gite, a meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2022 marked an important moment of recognition and motivation in Toral India's growth journey, particularly as the company strengthened its position within India's aluminium foundry ecosystem with sand casting as a core capability. By building manufacturing capacity, Toral India is reducing import dependence in critical sectors including defense, aerospace, and energy.
Drawing inspiration from Germany's Mittelstand model, Toral India focuses on precision engineering and metallurgical expertise. This approach enables predictable, high-quality supply chains, supports technology localization, and reduces global customers' reliance on complex import chains while delivering consistent, scalable quality from India. transforming the Made in India label from a promise of scale into a gold standard of engineering. The World Economic Forum at Davos is a premier global platform where leaders from government, business, civil society, and academia come together to address the world's most pressing challenges. It is where business leaders and heads of state align priorities and shape the agenda for international collaboration in the year ahead. This year's edition highlighted India's emergence as a global manufacturing powerhouse, driven by execution at speed and scale, and a decisive shift towards export-led growth. Amid this global spotlight on India, one name that stood out was Toral India's founder and CEO, Bharat Gite. At Davos 2026, Toral India reaffirmed its leadership in aluminium casting manufacturing, going from signing a Rs 500 crore MOU with Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis last year to actually completing construction and starting production within just 1 year. This benchmark in translating commitment into completion earned Bharat Gite recognition from the Chief Minister. This fast-track industrial execution from land acquisition, commissioning of the machines and their installation to production all came together in under 12 months. The project is located in Supa Ahilyanagar, Maharashtra, and showcases how India is creating a globally competitive aluminium ecosystem. NDTV Senior Managing Editor Vishnu Shom met Bharat Gite at Davos, tracing his journey from Parali in Maharashtra's Beer district to building a world-class aluminium manufacturing enterprise for India and the global market.
When we talk about the process of manufacture in India, the focus on Atmanirbharta is critical. One of the areas that contributes to India's growth across multiple sectors is aluminium, and the creation of world-class aluminium foundries. Toral is an Indian company that builds not just for India, but builds for the world as well. Bharat Gite, its founder, joins us over here. 2016 is when you started, right? Did you ever imagine that in just these few years, you aren't just working or building an aluminium foundry, you're developing a world standard? Because that is often the challenge, quality. How does that, in a sense, reflect your biggest priority, quality for India and the world?
Thank you, Mr. Vishnu. Thank you, NDTV. I think my biggest aim to come to India, or the main thing, was to bring the quality-oriented product. 10 years back, 15 years back, India was always benchmarked as a subordinate quality, delivery issues. I lived in Germany for 10 years. I learned the discipline, I learned the quality-oriented organization, and I said that let's make it for India. So I came back through the mission of Make in India. 2016, we signed the first MOU to invest in India. And last year, 2025, we signed another MOU in Davos only.
Toral India is one of India's leading aluminium casting manufacturers. Its journey began in 2016 when young entrepreneur Bharat Gite founded the company as a joint venture with the Tony Alutec Group of Germany and Poland, driven by a clear ambition to build high-end engineering capabilities. From the outset, Toral India focused on delivering intricate aluminium casting solutions across critical sectors including energy, defense, railways, marine, aerospace, infrastructure, and electric mobility. Today, its work supports marquee of global clients such as General Electric, Siemens, Hyosung, Hitachi, and the Indian Armed Forces. For long, India's manufacturing ecosystem carried the baggage of quality concerns and supply chain gaps. But entrepreneurs like Bharat Gite are rewriting that story, placing precision, discipline, and global-grade quality at the heart of Toral India's operations.
So small and medium enterprises have a huge role, don't they, in India's growth story? It fuels into what your ambitions are as well, right?
Yeah. So for me, small and medium enterprises, technology-led enterprises will bring India further for the 5 trillion economy. Believe me, we will not be able to do it with the big companies only, like Mercedes coming to our shore. But if their suppliers are not coming, the ecosystem, the supply chain is not coming, then it is not going to happen. So whole supply chain, if it comes to India, then only from the small to medium sized companies will bring this dream true of 5 trillion economy.
Bharat Gite's ambitions took shape in 2016 when Toral signed its first memorandum of understanding with the Maharashtra government, promising rupees 150 crore in investment and 200 jobs. What followed exceeded those early projections. The company went on to set up its first plant in Chakan, investing more than double the initial commitment and employing over 800 people. By 2025, Toral's rapid scale and full capacity manufacturing paved the way for a second MOU, this time at the World Economic Forum in Davos, announcing a rupees 500 crore investment and 1,200 new jobs in Supa MIDC, Ahilya a move driven not just by expansion, but by Gite's vision for decentralizing industry and taking high-quality manufacturing to India's 2-tier and 3-tier regions.
Tell us a little bit about your investment in Maharashtra.
See, 2016 we promised 150 crore investment and 200 employment. We are joint venture company with Germany. I lived in Germany also with my parents' upbringing and whatever the culture I learned in Germany also. We wanted to be very conservative with the figures. The German, they don't want to miss the precision and the accuracy. So we said, let's make it 150, but I'm really happy to mention that we invested so far in that plant 350 crore and 800 people are working in Chakan industrial area in Pune, Maharashtra. So that's
a large number, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the first MOU. After that, we started building our organization. We started the plants commissioning, and we were operational in 2019, around 2020 during the COVID time. Last 4-5 years, we have developed the product for energy, defense, railway, and we were full with this plant. Last year in 2025, January, we signed another MOU to invest in Supa MIDC, which is in Ahilya 500 crore investment and 1,200 employment. One reason behind that is also in 2020, I was fortunate to go for a Niti Aayog program where the Prime Minister invites the 30 young entrepreneurs, and I suggested one point, decentralization of industry, and I'm the guy who wants to walk the talk. So that's why I'm going now in Supa, which is a rural tier 2, tier 3 city, and I'm sure that 100 of my employees I will shift back to the rural area from Pune, because as you know, the urbanization is the biggest issue in India.
For Toral India, quality is non-negotiable, especially when serving India's armed forces, one of the largest and most operationally demanding defense forces in the world. In a sector where precision and reliability are paramount, Toral India delivers with consistency and confidence. Supporting the country's indigenization efforts, the company played a key role in manufacturing critical high-performance engine components for the Indian Army's
Sarath main battle tanks.
This initiative supports the Make in India campaign by replacing imported parts with indigenous, lightweight and durable aluminum castings, including cylinder heads for the tank engines.
What are some of the areas, the companies that have, that have worked with you? What are some of the aluminium forgings that you are designing to very stringent designs?
So we are in casting. We are not in forging, but see, casting, we are large, intricate, heavy casting manufacturer. It's a niche market. So this technology was missing in India. We have die caster in India, but we are into aluminium sand casting, where the casting of 100 size to 1000 kg and intricate shapes like an engine block for the tank will be made with us. And we are supplying to Ordnance Factory in India, Indian Railway. We are supplying to marquee customers like Siemens, Hitachi, ABB, General Electric, and so on.
And this is also critical for import substitution. A lot of this would have been imported in the past. Now you're doing it in India. I suppose that's the key point.
Yeah, there are a few examples. I would like to mention one example of Sarath tank of defense. As the word says Sarath, it brings the injured soldiers from the war front.
It's based on the BMP-2.
BMP-2.
And of course, it is used among other things in an ambulance role. I know it all.
Yeah, so let
I had no idea you were involved.
let me reveal that secret to you as well. So every part of that BMP and UTD-20 was being made in India with the forgings from other big forging companies, the metal sheet parts, all these parts were there. Only one part was missing. Can you imagine? That was engine block. And every engine, every motor starts with the engine block. So without engine is the heart. So we were dependent on Russia. We are the first company during the pandemic COVID-19. Silently we developed this component right from scratch. We developed this in Pune, and within 8 months we could deliver it. Last 5 years India is getting benefited through the low cost product as well as no dependency on the foreign currency, foreign country. So this is what we are doing. We have a couple of examples like Amrit Bharat also, Amrit Bharat train. So I would like to mention it here. The gear case, 4 gear case is needed for one loco. This is a VAP5 engine and Amrit Bharat train. So the gear case was coming from Germany, and we have developed in 2022. Last 3 years we are supplying it without any problem, without any interruption.
With scale and speed and execution defining its journey, Bharat Gite is increasingly being recognized as the aluminium man of India. Advancing indigenization, export-led manufacturing, and sustainable industrial growth while positioning India as a trusted global manufacturing partner. For Gite, it's been a long journey from Paradhi, a small town in Maharashtra's Beed district, to building a world-class aluminium manufacturing company in India.
And a few final questions. Your own journey, I find it interesting. Are you an engineer yourself?
Yeah, I'm a metallurgical engineer from COEP, College of Engineering Pune, which is the largest and the oldest engineering.
So you sort of went the way your education sort of trained you in. I mean, it's amazing because so many people don't. I mean, you have so many people in our country who train to become doctors, end up being in the IAS. But you have trained as an engineer, and you're obviously passionate about engineering.
So you said it, my parents, they wanted me to become a doctor as well.
You can still become.
So basically, yeah, so I argued and I convinced them to become an engineer, and today I'm happy I'm contributing to the country. I studied in COEP. Further, I did my master's from RWTH Aachen, which is a very technological university for metallurgical engineering. And then I worked with BMW Mahle for 10 years and came back to India in 2014-15.
What about the initial formation of the company itself? What are some of the investments which actually came in? A lot of expenses would have gone on the hardware to set up all of the machinery that is required to ensure that your aluminium products are developed to those designs. How long did that process take? How expensive, how challenging was it?
It was very challenging. It's a very good question. First of all, I would like to just tell a brief about, I came on my own, started a very small, humble beginning with the low capex, and products were making the German quality. So I got to know from the customer that you are a technocrat, but you don't have a machining, you have only raw product. You are and 10 workers are there. It was a humble beginning. Then I went for this joint venture partnership, and it's, as you correctly said, 300 crore money has to pump in, and heavy machineries has to be installed. And first 1-2 years we struggled with the quality also. We got our people to Poland, Germany to train them. Vice versa, we took some engineers from there to here. So this is how the technology was established. It was not so easy journey, and we had to make the losses for first 3-4 consecutive years.
I hope things work out for you as you expand further across so many areas. It's wonderful to have a company in India built to world standards. You're not just building in India, you're building for the world. I think that's a big story.
Driven by the belief that India can build standards, he led the creation of Toral from ground up in just 30 months and successfully attracted German investment into the high-precision Indian manufacturing platform. Coming up after the break, we listen in to the conversation that the founder of Toral India has with the Chief Minister of Maharashtra as part of Davos Dialogues, bringing the focus on Maharashtra's global manufacturing vision and industry partnerships on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum, Davos 2026.